Hi and welcome to English Functional Skills Entry Level 2, and we are on week 5, so welcome. I hope you're well. Thank you for all your work that you've sent to me so far, and yeah, another week has gone already. Time flies when you're having fun. So yeah, Entry Level 2 English, week 5. Today's objectives: we've got our spelling test, we've got some new spellings. Actually, they're not new spellings. Your next spelling test is going to be a collection of old spellings, but anyway, I'll tell you about that. We are going to look today at types of text, different types of text. I'll explain as we go on. We're also going to look at features and purpose of text. Again, I will explain as we go on. We're also going to check over alphabetical order, putting things in order of the alphabet. We're going to look at some punctuation, making sure we're using correct punctuation, and then we're going to look at how we fill in a form correctly, filling in forms. Now, all of these things here will help you towards your exam. Okay, so your reading and writing exams. These things will help you towards your reading and writing exams. They're all, you need to be good at them to do your reading and writing exams. And also they will help you in everyday life as well. Oh, hang on, I'm just going to close that. There's a bit of sun, which is lovely, but can't see anything. So yeah, we're going to be using these to help us prepare for your exams, but also they help you in everyday life as well. So, you know, it's useful to know how to prepare and how to lay out different texts, how to fill in forms, making sure when you write you use correct punctuation, understanding the alphabet so you can learn new words from your dictionary, etc. So those are the things we're doing today. So yeah, we'll start with the spellings. I'm just going to pause. Okay, so for this week's spellings, make sure you've got your pen and your paper, or your notebook and a pen. This week's spelling is the homophones that we spoke about last week. So the words that sound the same, but they look different and they have different meanings. So those are our spellings for this week. So there's quite a lot of them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say the word. I'm then going to read a sentence with the word in it and then say the word again. And you must spell that word. So listen to the sentence so you understand which word I want you to spell. Okay, number one. Number one. Blue. My favourite colour is blue. Blue. Spell blue. Okay, so you're spelling blue. My favourite colour is blue. Number two, our. This is our house. Our. Spell our. This is our house. Number three, hear. Can you hear the birds singing? Hear. Spell hear. Can you hear the birds singing? Number four, write. Can you write your name and address on this piece of paper, please? Can you write your name and address on this piece of paper, please? Write. Spell write. Number five, won. Who won the football match last night? Won. Spell won. Number six, right. To get to my house, you need to turn right before the pub. Right. Spell right. To get to my house, you need to turn right before the pub. Right. Number 7, blue. The wind blew the tiles off my roof. The wind blew the tiles off my roof. Blue, spell blue. Number 8, 1. My son is 1 year old today. 1, spell 1. Number 9, 2. I want some chocolate too. 2, spell 2. I want some chocolate too. Number 10, there. Where's my car? It's over there. There, spell there. Number 11, 2. How do I get to Bournemouth? 2. How do I get to Bournemouth? 2. How do I get to Bournemouth? Spell 2. Number 12, no. Do you know my brother? No. How do you spell no? Do you know my brother? Number 13, there. They're teachers at my school. There. How do you spell there? They're teachers at my school. Number 14, are. Are you American? Are. How do you spell are? Number 15, there. That is their house. The house belongs to them. That is their house. How do you spell there? There. Okay, so that's all of them. So I'm just going to pause and get them written up on the board. If you need to listen again, obviously rewind and listen again. Let's see how you did. Okay, so let's have a look at these spellings up on the board, shall we? And see how you did. So number 1 was blue, my favourite colour, blue. And that's B-L-U-E. That one is spelled like that, B-L-U-E. Then we had R, our house, belongs to us, our house, O-U-R. Then we had here, can you hear the birds singing? Here, H-E-A-R. Then we had write, write down your name and address, W-R-I-T-E. To write. Then we had 1, 5, number was 1, as in to win something, to win the football match, W-O-N. Then we had right, the other right, but to turn right, or you are right, which is R-I-G-H-T. Then we had the other blue, which is the past tense of blow, the wind blew, B-L-E-W. Then we had 1, the other one, and that's 1 year old, O-N-E. Then we had 2, T-O-O. I like chocolate too, as well, also, 2. Then we had there, T-H-E-R-E. It's over there, place. It's over there, T-H-E-R-E. Then we had the other 2, T-O. How do I get to? And then we had know, as in do you know something, K-N-O-W. Then we have there, as in they are. They are teachers. There. T-H-E-Y apostrophe R-E. Then we had are, A-R-E, as in this is are you American, A-R-E. And then we had the other there, which is it belongs to them. T-H-E-I-R. It is their house. Our house, my house, your house, their house. T-H-E-I-R. How did you do? What did you get out of 15? Let me know how you did. Let me know how you got on with your spellings and how well you did, because it's quite tricky, those ones, to listen to that sentence and decide how to spell those words. So let me know how, hopefully you did okay. Hopefully you got a good score. So let me know. Okay, next part. Okay, so next week's spelling test is going to be mystery spellings or surprise spellings. It'll be spellings from the last 4 or 5 weeks that we've done. So it could be any of the spellings. It might be days of the week, it might be months of the year, it will be some homophones, it will be spellings that we have done in the last few weeks. So it will be selection of 10 to 12 different spellings. So it could be Tuesday, no, there, January, February, Thursday. It will be some from the last few weeks, okay? So make sure if there's any spellings you know that you're not good at, go back and study those, revise those so that you're ready for your spelling test next week. Okay, so it'll be a surprise. So you don't know what the spellings will be, but it'll be something from the last 4 weeks. Okay, I hope that makes sense. Okay, so today we're looking at different types of text. Now in English, when I talk about types of text, when we talk about learning English as an English language, when we talk about types of text, what I mean are the different ways we can communicate in the written word. Different ways we can communicate in written language. Not speaking, text is written, so written language. This is called text. This is text, okay? Sorry about the noise. Text. Okay? So, there are many different types of text in the English language that we use to communicate information. We can have letters, okay? So, a letter that you write to someone or someone writes to you, a letter. Emails, probably our most common. Obviously you get an email from me every week. Emails are a very common form of communication. Application forms, so filling in an application form for a job, to join a fitness class, to go to a doctor's surgery, to join a new doctor's or a new dentist or something. So we have lots of forms or application forms. Text messages, sending text, that's written communication. Or notes, like little notes, post-it notes that maybe you leave on the fridge for your housemate or your friend or your wife. Web pages, so on the internet we have all that text, all that information, all those web pages. Each page on the internet has lots of information. Adverts. So adverts that we see around, that we see on the buses, on the side of the bus, on the side of the road, in magazines, on the TV. Adverts, they have lots of information about things that they want you to buy, okay, things that they're trying to sell. Leaflets. Leaflets are like an advert. They are usually, this sort of size. About this size. Sometimes they come through your post box. They come through the letter box. And they usually are giving you information about a new restaurant or a new shop or maybe a service like a gardening service or a garage where you can have your car serviced. They give you lots of information. So leaflets are usually quite, I'm trying to think whether I've got one. You might need to look this word up in the dictionary if you're not sure, but they're sort of this size, colourful, bright. I'm going to give you an example in a minute anyway, so you'll see. But yeah, leaflets. So these are just some types of text. There are lots and lots, obviously. There are hundreds of different types of text, different ways to communicate using written information. But these are just some of the maybe more common ones or more ones that we see more often. And you're going to have to read these and write them and look at them for your exams and in everyday life. So, you know, at work, you might have to do emails, you might have to do application forms, text messages. When your English improves, maybe you go and get a higher level job, you might have to write something on the web page for your company, or you might have to write a leaflet to advertise something for your company. So there's lots of times that we do writing. I do writing in my job every day on the computer. And it's important that we know how they should look, what information they should have in them, and that we can understand them well. Okay, so we're going to look at some of those things today. So today we're going to look at two types of text. We're going to look at leaflets and we're going to look at web pages. Okay, and then we'll look at the other ones as we go on. But today we're going to concentrate on leaflets and web pages today. That's what we're going to look at. Okay. Okay, so up here on the board, I've got a leaflet. Okay, this is a leaflet. A leaflet gives information. It tells you about something. It could be telling you anything. This one is telling you about healthy eating, how to eat healthily. But it could tell you about where to eat, which is about a new restaurant, about a new shop. It could tell you about how to look after animals. It could tell you about how to stay safe in your home, how to stay safe online. It could tell you anything, but generally leaflets have lots of information in them, okay? They give you lots of information. So you can see with this healthy eating leaflets usually have quite a lot of colour, okay? So they have colour. They might have some images or pictures. Images. Pictures, images. They have, you know, to show you what the leaflet's about. They might use block capitals. So capital letters, block capitals, to make big headings. This is called a heading. This is also a heading. And this one here is also a heading. Okay, these are headings. Headings tell you, this tells you what the leaflet's about, and these headings tell you what's in each section. So this heading says fruit. This section is about fruit. This section says vegetables. This heading says vegetables. So this section is about vegetables. So these are headings, okay? So we've got headings, images, we have underlining. Okay, underlining, where we underline usually headings or important words, so underlined. Yeah, underlining. This is called underlining. Block capitals, where we use big capital letters to make it really stand out so we can see it very easily. Yeah, makes us, woo, we can see that, we can read it, it's interesting. These here, where we put important information or lists, are called bullet points. Bullet points. Okay, and these are numbered lists where we use numbering. So those are numbered lists. Okay, so we've got numbered lists, we've got bullet points, we've got underlining, block capitals, images. So in leaflets, you will often find these, what we call these features. Okay, these are all features, headings, block capitals, underlining, images, bullet points, numbered lists. These are features. They make it easier for us to read the leaflet. It makes it easier for us to read because we can find information very easily. Oh, where's the information on vegetables? Oh, here. Where's the information on fruit? Here. I know this is about fruit and vegetables because there's pictures, yeah? And the heading tells me it's healthy eating, so it's big, I can see it. So these features make it very easy for us to read the leaflet. So you need to learn these names of these features because they come up in your exam. So you need to learn these words: headings, block capitals, underlining, images, bullet points, numbered lists. Okay, you need to learn those because they will come up in your exams, and there are some other ones too, but those are some of the main ones that you need to learn to start with. Okay, for leaflets, you can see those things easily in a leaflet, can't you? So you can see this leaflet gives you the heading, it gives you some other headings so that we know what's in this bit and we know what's in this bit. It makes important information in numbered lists or lists in bullet points, and it gives you some images. Okay, so this is an example of a leaflet, and a leaflet is something in the exams you will have to read these types of documents and answer questions about it, and also when you're writing you have to write similar documents where you can write leaflets or, you know, give headings and that kind of thing. So you have to be familiar with how these things look. Okay, so you need to make sure you know what these parts in blue here are. You know what a heading is, you know what underlining is, you know what block capitals are, you know what images are, you know what bullet points are, and you know what numbered lists are. So make sure you learn those and remember those. They will come up in your exam, so you need to know those. Okay, so that's a leaflet. Okay, so like I said, the other thing we're going to be looking at is a web page today. So the other type of text we're looking at is a web page. Now, web pages can be very similar to leaflets, as in they have colour, they have images, they might have a heading, they might have some underlining, they might have bullet points, they might have numbered lists, so they can look quite similar to a leaflet. But there are a couple of things that are different in a web page to a leaflet that I want to just show you. Okay, a couple of features that are just different. So often, obviously, there's a URL, that's what we call that, a URL, which is the name of the web page, https://com, etc. Heading, usually there's a heading, so that's the same. Then we have often what we call tabs. Tabs, these are called. Tabs are the different pages on the website. Yeah, they're the different pages. So if you click on this one, it takes you to the food page. Click on this one, takes you to the drink page. Click on this one, takes you to the exercise page. So these are called tabs. Okay, we call these tabs, and you click on them and it takes you to that page. So here I've clicked on the food page and it's taken me to the food page. And then you can see it's got some information about healthy foods. And you can see under here there's a word that's in a different colour and it's underlined. It's underlined and it's in a different colour. This is called a link. A link. And a link is where you can click on it and it will take you to another website that talks about superfoods. So this word superfoods is underlined. If I click on that, it'll take me to another website, another area, another place that talks about superfoods, that tells me about superfoods. So it's a link to another site. It's called a link, okay? So those are just a couple of the things I really wanted to point out to you about web pages. So we've got tabs, links, URLs there, and those things you'll find on a web page. The other things you'll find are the same things you'll find in leaflets: images, headings, underlining, block capitals. They're the same as leaflets. Colour, you know, coloured letters like these. those things are similar. But yeah, the links and the tabs are two words that you need to learn. Okay, so click on the tab, click on the link. That's what we say when we're on a web page. Or click on the exercise tab to find out about healthy exercise. Click on the drink tab to find out about healthy drinking. Okay, and click on the link to find more about superfoods. Click on the link to find out more about superfoods. Tabs and links, okay, and the URL is the website address. The website address, URL, okay? So those are the couple of things I wanted to teach you about the features of types of text. We're just going to look very briefly at some of the purposes, and we're going to concentrate on just one today. Okay, we're just going to have a really quick look at this, not too much, because we'll be doing a little bit each week. So I just want to look at purpose of text briefly. Purpose of text is the reason why we have text. Why is the text written? Why do we write it? And there are lots of reasons that we write information, lots of reasons we communicate using writing. So some of the purposes, there are many, but some of the main purposes are to give information. So if we think about that leaflet and the web page that we just had up on the board, they were to give you information about healthy eating, weren't they? They wanted to give you some information. So they wanted to give you some information, maybe to give you some advice or some useful tips. Okay? So they wanted to give you information, they wanted to give you advice, how to be healthy, and they wanted to give you some useful tips, maybe like things you can do. You know what a tip is? A tip is like, like advice, you know, like I could give you a tip like, don't eat yellow snow. Good tip. It's advice, okay? So, you know, some text, its purpose is to give you advice, to give you tips, to give you information, okay? So the leaflet and the web page, that's what it was doing. That's what they were doing. That was its purpose. That was its reason why. Why was it written? To give you information, advice and tips. Other purpose is to describe something. So when we want to describe something, to give lots and lots and lots of detail about something. So if I'm going to write a story, if I'm going to write a story, I'm going to describe everything in lots of detail so that you can see the picture, you can understand the words in your head, you can see the picture, you can imagine the people, imagine the place, imagine everything, because my words are very descriptive. They give so much detail, lots of detail, the colour, the size, the shapes, the smells, all written down. So when we describe something, it often uses what we call lots of adjectives. Adjectives are describing words like tall, short, colours, blue, pink, okay, long, hairy, funny, crazy. These are adjectives, they describe. So we often want to describe something so that people can imagine in their heads what it looks like or what it sounds like or what it smells like. So we give lots of information. Sometimes the purpose of text is to instruct you to do something, to instruct, to tell you to do something, how to do something. If you build a cupboard or build a shelf, put a shelf up on the wall, then it will instruct you to take out the shelf. Get a screwdriver, get a screw, and it tells you what to do. How to make a cup of tea. Turn on the kettle. Put the tea bag in the cup. Okay, so instructions. How to get somewhere. Go down the road for 100 yards, turn right, turn left, go over the traffic light or through the traffic lights, go round the roundabout, take the last exit. This is instructions. It's telling you what to do. Sometimes we tell people what to do, like children. We tell them what to do. Be quiet. Go to bed. brush your teeth, eat your vegetables. So sometimes we give instructions that are quite bossy, quite rude. Sit down, be quiet, go to sleep. Okay, so these are instructions too. They tell people what to do. Okay, and then we sometimes, our purpose is to persuade people to do something, to persuade you. To persuade means to make you do something, like make you buy something. Okay, so or make you go somewhere, or make you visit somewhere. So a holiday company trying to sell a holiday will try and persuade you, like, oh, it's the best holiday in the world. It's the most beautiful beach. It has the best swimming pool, the best food, the best entertainment. Everything is brilliant, it's perfect, it's wonderful, it's amazing. And this is trying to persuade you, like, to do something, to go on holiday, to go there. Yeah? But we're going to look more at those as we go through the week. We're going to look a little bit today about, well, no, you're not particularly. We're going to look at more detail in these as we go through the next few weeks. But you're going to do some reading for your homework, and those bits of reading you're going to do are quite informative text. So the purpose of them is to give you information. So you're going to be reading those, and that'll give you an idea. So yeah, a lot of texts. So their purpose may be all of these things. They might give you some information, might describe, it might instruct you how to do something, and it might try and persuade you to buy something or to do something also. So a lot of text has all of these, but usually there is a main reason. If it's trying to sell you something, like, this is the best holiday, it's only £200, it's a bargain, it's cheap, 20% off. It's trying to persuade you. That's its main reason. It might also give information about the holiday, like where it is, when it is. And it might instruct you how, call this number to get your discount. It might give you instructions. But its main purpose will be to make you buy the holiday. But we'll look more in that as we go through. We'll do a bit more of that because it's quite complicated. But anyway, that's some of the purposes. But there's lots of purposes, to argue, to entertain, to make you laugh. There's lots of purposes of text. A lot of the time it's to give information or advice or that type of thing. Okay, so don't forget that putting things in alphabetical order you need to do in your exam, but also is useful for you for using your dictionary and learning new words, because you can use your dictionary more easily if you know how to do alphabetical order. So I've got some words up here on the board: cucumber, carrot, cauliflower, celery, and chocolate. Okay, all food words beginning with C. Can you put them in alphabetical order? If you know how to do this, try now. Pause and have a try, and then come back in and I'll go through the answers now. But you can pause this video and try yourself. Put them in alphabetical order. Okay, so alphabetical order. All of them are C, so that doesn't help us. So then we look at the second letter, don't we? And the second letter is U-A-A-E-H. Now A is the first letter in the alphabet. So these two here are going to come first. But which one comes, what's the next letter? Which one is going to go at the top? The next letter is R or U. So we've got carrot, C-A-R, and cauliflower, C-A-U. Now R comes before U, P-Q-R-S-T-U. So therefore carrot is going to go first. Cauliflower is going to go second, because C-A-R, C-A-U, and R goes, so we go along the letters. C-A, C-A-R-U, R comes before U, okay? So then we've got C-A, C-A, and then we've got A, B, C, D, E. So that will come next, celery. E, F, G, H. So that will come next, chocolate. And then last, cucumber, because see, oh, it's got very bright, my screen all of a sudden, hasn't it? Oh, sun, it's the sun again. So much sun today. Cucumber last, because you, let me just close that. Is that better? A bit better? Yeah. Cucumber last, because U comes after H, H comes after E, E comes after A. Okay, so that's how we do things in alphabetical order. When we have the same letter at the beginning, you look at the next letter, and then if you have to look at the next letter, you look at that, and whichever one is first in the alphabet, that one goes at the top. Okay, so you're going to have to practice that in over the weeks, because you need to make sure you can do it okay, because it comes up in your exam. Okay, so punctuation is the other thing we're going to just look at very quickly. Punctuation is really important for your writing. So in the exam and writing your emails and writing text messages, punctuation is so important. If the punctuation's wrong, then the meaning of the sentence is wrong. It doesn't make sense. Your sentences won't make sense if the punctuation is wrong. So we have to get that right. So I just want you to punctuate these sentences. So I've got two sentences here. Number one, for lunch on Saturday I had soup. Number two, I made the soup with onions, celery, carrots, peppers and chilies. Can you put the correct punctuation in? So by punctuation I mean capital letters. Okay, I mean full stops. And commas. These are the most important ones. Commas. These. Commas. So can you put capital letters, full stops and commas into these in the correct places? Have a little go. Pause and try yourself. But I'm going to do the answers now on the board so you can see. So when you've finished, come back in. But if you pause, then you can try yourself if you like. So, okay, if we look at number one. First of all, this should be a capital letter. Beginning of sentences. Capital letter. For lunch on Saturday, day of the week. So it should be a capital letter. I is always a capital letter. I had, it doesn't matter where it is in the sentence, it's always a capital letter. For lunch on Saturday, I had soup. Should be a full stop at the end of a sentence. I made the soup with onions, celery, carrots, peppers and chilies. So again, beginning of sentence, capital letter. I made the soup with onions. Now when we have a list, we need commas. So onions, comma, celery, comma, carrots, comma, peppers and chilies. I don't need a comma there because I've got and. Okay, so that joins them. We don't need a comma. But all of the other ones, when it's a list, we need commas. And then at the end, obviously, I need a full stop. So that's how we should punctuate that sentence. So commas for lists with onions, celery, carrots, peppers, comma, 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 and chilies. No comma there because we've got the and. Okay, so punctuation is really important when you're writing, and you really need to get good at your punctuation because you will lose lots of marks in your exam if your punctuation is wrong. Okay, so it's really important to get that punctuation right. And when you're emailing me or text messaging someone, the punctuation is important because it makes your English correct. Okay, right, last bit. Okay, so just the last bit is we're just going to look at a little bit of writing. So we're going to start practicing really bringing your writing on now and improving your writing. So the first thing we're going to look at is how to fill in a form. You need to fill in forms lots of times in your life. We do lots of form filling, whether it's to for a new flat, for a new car, a new doctor's surgery, a new dentist surgery, a new school, something for your children's something for your children's school, like a new class or a new extra activity like tennis or football, for a job application. We fill in forms all the time. So filling in forms is really useful to know how to do it properly, and also it helps us, you know, to improve our writing, because we're looking at doing writing in the second part. So this is an example of a form. This is an application form for Buddy's Gym, okay, so to join a gym, okay, so it's the application form. Usually in an application form you will have lots of personal details. You have to put in lots of personal details, don't you? So it might ask for your full name, that's all of your name, first and second name, okay, surname, first name, surname, last name. Might ask for your address, your postcode, okay. It might ask for email address, it might ask for a telephone number, it might ask for your date of birth, okay, D-O-B, date of birth. It could ask for lots of information in the personal details. So those are just some of the things it might ask for. So yeah, DOB is date of birth. Title, it might ask for. Title is Mr. or Mrs. or Miss. So men, Mr. Women, I don't understand this, but women, Mrs. means you're married. So M-R-S is married. And Miss means not married. Single. Woohoo! Okay, so Mrs. is when you're married, okay, when you're married, when you have husband. That's Mrs. M-R-S. Miss, M-I-S-S, is when you're not married, you're single, no husband, okay? Maybe you have a boyfriend or a partner, but you're not married. Mrs. is for married, okay? Otherwise, Miss, okay? So that would come under title. So Mr, same for man. Mr for a man. Mr is the same if you're married, not married. I don't know why men just Mr, women Mrs and Miss. It's very old-fashioned. It makes me very angry. Makes me very angry. We should just have Miss. Why does it matter if we're married, not married? And why do men? So men just have men. So this is for women. For men, Mr. That's it. Married, not married, just Mr. But women, married or not married. Why? Why is it important? Makes me very angry because I'm a feminist, so it makes me very angry. Okay, so Mr, Miss, Mrs. This is title, full name, address, postcode, DOB, date of birth. They will ask for personal details when you're filling in a form. Okay? And then at the bottom they might ask for extra information. They might want to know some information. They might want to know a bit of extra. So for example here it says, tell us why you want to join the gym and what exercises you want to do. Why you want to join the gym. So I want to join the gym because I need to lose weight. Okay? And what exercises do you want to do? I want to do running on the machine, on the running machine, treadmill. I want to do rowing on the rowing machine, and I want to do some weights, okay, in the gym, some weights. So you can put your extra information down here, and often in a form you get personal details, extra information. Now in the exam that you do, you will have to fill in a form usually, and you have to put your personal details and some extra information. And in this extra information, it will ask you to use a describing word and a joining or link word. So a describing word is, like we said earlier when we're describing, it's an adjective. It describes something, gives you information. We will look more at adjectives later in the course, but a describing word could be, for example, okay, I am a girl, woman. I am a woman. I am a short woman. short, not tall, short. So a describing word is short. It tells you about me. I have eyes. I have blue eyes. Blue is the describing word. So you need to use describing words in here. So I want to join the gym because I want to lose weight because I am too fat. Fat is a describing word. And then a joining or a linking word are our words like and, or, but, because. Okay, so I want to join the gym because. That's a joining word. It joins sentences together. Okay, so you will have to use and, or, but, because, and a describing word. So you have to use one joining word and one describing word in the exam when you write your sentences. So that's okay, not so bad. But yeah, joining words are things like and, or, but, because, and describing words are adjectives, which we will look at more as we go along, but I'm just giving you an overview today. So, filling in a form, personal details, some information at the bottom, use describing words, use adjectives, and use joining words to join your sentences together to make them, I want to join the gym because. Okay, rather than I want to join the gym, full stop. I want to join the reason is blah, 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 I want to lose weight. So rather than two sentences, we make them one using because. I want to use weights and the running machine and the treadmill. And is our joining word. Not I want to use weights, full stop. I want to use the treadmill, full stop. I want to use weights and the treadmill, and joins those sentences together. Okay, so anyway, this is everything for today. We've covered a lot. For your homework, you're going to get some reading practice